Hello, I'm Kathleen Hall, and this is The Way I See It.
Hello, I'm Ken Pierre, and this is The Way I See It.
So, we're going to begin Lent next Wednesday.
Lent is in the air.
Yes, and so we want to talk about a 40-day makeover, Lent, which is a Christian kind of based in, it is based in theological practice. It's the 40 days before Easter. And so what I like to do is think of it as a container, a 40 days before Easter, but a 40 days of your life. We started the new year, and we gave people tips. Now this is like a second chance, and not a second chance, but and we use it as, he and I came from Catholicism. So we know all about, a card-carrying Catholic knows all about Lent. And if they don't, they really aren't one, are they?
Exactly.
Tell me about your Lent experience
so
as a child.
Growing up, I went to Catholic school.
I did too.
St. Vincent Fair, New York, Brooklyn.
St. Charles, Bishop Moore.
And so during the Lenten season, that was a great time for giving back. So I remember we would create bowls. Like for Lenten bowls, they were called.
In school?
Yeah, in school,
cool.
and we would
I didn't do that.
And we would put change in the bowls, and then we would give that. That would be our Lenten gift.
Well, that's kind of sweet. I love
Change.
that. See, community instead of individual. I love that.
Yeah, so we used to do that, and also we would give up certain things, like, oh, I'm not gonna eat candy for 40 days, 40 nights. And we also didn't eat meat on Fridays.
Oh, that's right.
Things like that,
Abstinence and fasting.
That was a big part of Lent. So I grew to hate it.
Abstinence was no meat. Yeah. And fasting was, remember, you didn't eat between meals.
You couldn't eat between.
And I can imagine a grown guy like you, that could probably gnaw through to your backbone. Yeah. And so you know all about Lent, don't you, little girl? This is Grace, and she's going into Lent. We haven't decided what our doggy Lent is going to be like.
Peanut butter.
She worships him. So anyway, this is a great 40 days, we think, don't you think? And we want to change it to more positive instead of sacrificial. Yeah. In my life, in my family, we had to give up something like candy or whatever we were doing, fighting, which with 7 kids is a joke, right? It was kind of a joke. It lasted 2 minutes. And then, okay, here's my 3-legged cat has wanted to get into this show from the beginning. Okay, so this one's gone. It was a terrible accident when she was a baby. So this is Tessie. And this is Grace, who worships him. So instead of locking them all up today, we thought since, let the kids out.
Let them out.
Let them out. Let the monsters out. So anyway, back to Lent. I think it's a great time for you if you're an individual, don't you think, or a family, or even at work. Maybe put a little bowl on the corner of your desk, and when you hear somebody cursing, and invite people. Don't you think, for 40 days of doing something, get your desk organized?
Correct.
Or quit talking about people at the coffee pot.
At the water cooler.
Break room with the water cooler. Quit it. Stop gossiping. And in your family, sit there. Don't you think? I love the bowl idea. And do family things, and you can do individual things. So some of the individual tips are like sleeping. Stop staying up watching those late night things. Tape them. I'm not saying don't give to ABC, NBC, and CBS, but tape them and then watch them the next day or earlier in the evening. Get some sleep. Next is food. Do mindful eating for 40 days. If you eat meat, try not eating meat. Why don't you? There's great meat substitutes.
Pescatarian, like somebody.
Yeah, exactly, man. I haven't eaten meat.
I might take that on.
Yeah, for 30 years. I mean, seriously. Try something new is all I'm saying with eating. And be mindful. Become very aware. So that's huge. Another is family gathering. So if you have a family, at least once a week or every night, spend a few minutes. What was the best part of your day? Yeah. Or what was the worst part of your day? Kind of talk about something for 40 days. Or meet with the kids and ask them what they'd like to do for the 40 days. Would that be cool?
Yeah, I really like the idea that you said about getting back to connecting with people. Instead of just following them on social media and seeing what they did throughout the day, how about you just talk about what you did throughout the day? Because that'll, I feel like, bring the neurons in your brain. So, it'll stimulate you a lot more.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah, and exercise. Get your body moving. That doesn't mean you have to join a gym. Take a Tai Chi, Qigong. What have you been interested in? Yoga. And if you don't have time, if you have kids, or a lot of us are working 2 jobs, go to guyem.com. They have all kinds of yoga teachers from beginner level to very advanced. go online. You can YouTube is loaded, I think. Even if you want to lift a couple weights, go to Dick's Sporting Goods or something, right?
Anywhere.
Pick up a couple weights, can't you? Because you're more of a weight person than I am.
Of course.
And can't you just do that at home?
Yeah.
Do some exercise, or those bands.
Yeah, resistance band.
The Tom Brady bands. Do you know Tom Brady doesn't lift one weight? I saw him on the CBS Morning Show. And he uses all those stretch band things, resistance bands. You can even, and they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think
definitely
he's
good.
an athlete, I'm not. So he's the expert in this. We'll do a show on all of his magical things. And then a technology shutdown. Slow down, just for an hour every day. Now, this depends on the range of your addiction. I saw a guy on the CBS Morning News who wrote a book on productivity, and he is like the productivity king of the world. And do you know that he does not touch an iPhone until noon every day? Wow. And what he does, his productivity is incredible. Now, if something happens, an emergency, his wife will text him. I don't know what their little secret codes are, but it is amazing that when you have these Apple iPhones, I love Apple, everything I have is Apple, but when you have all these things, they're distracting you. And we know that the way the brain works, it takes you so long to come back to your task. So do a technology thing, whether it's an hour before you go to bed or whatever. That leads me into the final tip I have, and that's reading. Read for 30 minutes for 40 days. I gave him a book, the new one, the big one that's hot right now, of Grant. And I told him, if you read this book, this biography of Ulysses S. Grant, your life will never be the same. I don't care who you are. Right. I don't care what gender you are, what color you are, socioeconomically. This man has been through the good, the bad, the ugly, hell, and heaven. So, but whatever your inspirational person is, right? Martin Luther King, I don't care who it is. Why not for 40 days and have your family do it?
Focused on it.
30 days a night. I suggested this to Ken. 30 minutes. On Easter Sunday, I promise you, your life will have changed. So anyway, we kind of wanted to talk about this, both coming from our Catholic religious and spiritual roots, and thought, why not 40 days of really mindfulness, right?
Embracing your mindfulness. Yeah,
embracing it. And do what we called it a mindful makeover. Because whatever you would choose, one thing, just choose one thing. And I promise you this, I'm getting up there in the years, even though I know I look 20. 20 times 2 times 3 times 4.
No.
But really, get it going and have a 40-day mindful makeover starting next Wednesday.
We challenge you, and we want some feedback. So, let us know some of the things that you're giving up, okay?
Yeah, that's great. Feedback. And what? #twist. The way I see it.
#twist.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're giving up for Lent.
Not giving up.
Well, embrace.
He had to go back to his Catholic words.
Mindful makeover.
Yeah, what are you going to mindfully make over?
Yeah, let us know, all right? My name is Kim Pierre. This is the way I see it.
And I'm Kathleen Hall. This is the way that I see it. Have a great day.
Have a great day, guys.